Call this meeting to order. Determine there's a quorum. We have Commissioner Kerr Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We do have a quorum. If y'all would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Vasquez, if you don't mind.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honoring the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank y'all. Approving minutes from the meeting. Have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Citizens' comments. We do have one, Ms. Reyes. If you don't mind, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
The City of Del Rio's statement that the DC trip was being postponed was very misleading. Ms. Burkhart stated last night at the City Council meeting that some entities backed out. She claimed that she had scheduled several separate meetings, so she and Mayor Arreola went ahead with the so-called separate meetings. One of those meetings was with the State Department, where the letter opposing the bridge location was going to be hand-delivered. I believe that's what was said at the meeting. My question is, has that letter from this court been delivered to the State Department and other relevant individuals? Or will the county officials be going to DC themselves? Thank you.
Without getting into a conversation, because my county attorney will look at me, there was a group of county officials going to
This is
under judge's comments. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. If that works for you, that works for me. There was a group of county officials going. There was also other members from other entities going to the Washington trip, and we received an email, and I can provide you with that email or whatever, that it had been canceled. Okay. So it was really surprising to me, which I would think it was really surprising to all the members of the court, that the city had actually gone by themselves. Okay. So, is there going to be a letter sent? Yes, ma'am, there is going to be a letter sent, and if we have to hand deliver it, we will hand deliver it. Okay. And I'm trying to be nice here. It did catch me off guard that the city would have gone, especially since the trip had been canceled, and we didn't get word that the trip had canceled, but we're going anyway, other than when we saw it on Facebook. Okay. Is that polite enough? Wasn't that bad, right, David? It was calm.
There are a lot of youngsters in the room, Judge.
Huh? Okay. All right. Item 7, approving monthly reports from elected officials. A motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. Y'all have any comments? Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 8, approving bills for payment.
Motion to approve, presented.
Okay. Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions on the bills? Other than there's a bunch of them. Nothing? We're good? Didn't see anything popped out. Good morning.
No.
Okay.
No questions on the bills.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 9, discussion possible action to approve the auditor's report.
Move.
No questions? All right.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 10, discussion possible action on the certification of revenue. You don't have anything to do with it?
You will have one on item 27 whenever you get there.
Okay. No action to be taken here. Item 11, discussion possible action on the following budget adjustments. A, $5,455 from precinct 1 operating.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Okay. A motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Awesome job, man. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. The auditor's report, it was presented to us. Y'all do have a copy, should have a copy of the auditor's report. Shows us with a high balance and fund balance, or high balance in our account, but again, treasury report, I'm sorry.
Judge, I have a question. Total expenses and ending balance. There's a big difference there. I mean, is that good? What do we have there?
Well, be more specific. Read them. That way we'll
I'll read them, okay, sure.
Read them, because I'm gonna,
Well,
I'm gonna have to start looking for
43 million and some dollars, ending balance 39 million and some dollars.
Yes, that's true. What you probably want to focus on is that first one. This is general fund up there, and then your road and bridge and your capital project funds. Your total, that does include the custodial accounts, which are just state costs that are collected through the court system, the GEO funds, the millions of dollars in GEO funds that we get that are remitted, along with the district attorney's forfeiture funds. So, and the special revenue funds, which is at 2.8, and those are funds that are dedicated to certain purposes that are collected through the court system or other areas. So,
So is your report then?
oh, yeah, I mean, of course, it's going to be good. We're still early in the year. You know, we're gonna max out your revenue in the first 2 months, and then from there, it's just slow down.
It'll balance out it, you know.
will we end up using the money?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
And it was, just for the record, discussion possible action to approve the treasurer's report. And I do have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. I wasn't trying to be rude, I just didn't know what part you were looking at.
I know
How I am?
how you function.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? We'll do that one, and then we'll go to the cross country, if y'all are okay with that. Okay. All right, discussion possible action on donation of Brooks Blossoms Devil Rivers Run for Hope out of hot tax funds. Requested amount is $8,000. We've given $8,000, every year. We've given $8,000 every year. They're requesting $10,000, sir. There should be, well, it's the same. There is a dollar amount for what they're purchasing and what they're
The
doing,
difference of the $2,000.
of everything. They actually gave us a report of everything that they did.
Motion to approve, Judge.
The 10,000.
I will
The
second that.
10,000.
10,000, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. There was a question. The city had it on last night. I don't know what they did, but they did have a question if we were duplicating the process, and I told them I didn't think so. But how'd that go last night? Y'all wanna come on up? I always get a picture with y'all too, so we get a $10,000 picture.
The city did not have us on last night. They
Oh, I
didn't,
thought they were going
messed
to.
up the agenda, so we're on next week.
Okay.
But no, every year we have different.
What I'll do is I'll send them an email then,
Mhm.
and tell them that is, the stuff that we received and the stuff that you sent them, that it was not overlapping.
No,
Okay.
there are things that they do not cover. They're real specific. And that's what's been really beneficial, having the county support.
No, we'll go ahead and I'll get, Mr. Vasquez, an email,
Okay.
okay? All
And
right.
then we have flyers for you guys if you would like to
Yeah, come on up.
We'd love for you to come.
Let's get this thing approved first. Let's get it voted on. Have a motion, Commissioner, it's okay. Yeah, we have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? And that's probably only the third time that everybody has said aye since January, right? It's usually one aye or whatever, but all of them said aye.
if I can bring people together on behalf of kids that are battling this awful disease, it makes my day, my life, my year, everything. So thank you.
Well, thank y'all for everything y'all do, and if y'all don't mind, y'all had something for us, and then we will get a picture.
Thank you.
If y'all want to get a picture with it. Thank you. I can hand those up to the ones in the back. They're going to move forward, give you one more. Thank you, ma'am. There you go. Y'all want to come around? You should already be good at this stuff. Huh? Yeah, nobody's shooting us today. There we go. Megan?
If I could get the young lady to come on the other side of the desk there.
There we go. I got the sniffles, but it's not COVID, okay? Not too
It won't show up in the picture.
Yeah, we're fine. If you can do something about this.
I'm a photographer, not a PR promoter.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. We'll see y'all later. Always a pleasure. And one of these days, I'm gonna make it out there.
I hope you will.
Yeah, no, we'll go run.
Really good barbecue.
Well, we'll go.
You don't have to run.
Well,
You go walk,
No.
right?
There's auction, there's dinner.
we'll have to make it out there. We'll
You
post
don't have
it.
to run, you're not obligated.
Well, we ran last night in the parking lot racing my daughter, and I couldn't stop. Got everything moving. It's like, yeah, this is not going to be good. Probably too much information, but it is Commissioner's Court, so. Thank y'all for everything. Having my age here. We're going to go ahead and go to item 22. If you're okay with it, Brad? Okay. Item 22, discussion possible action on approval of resolution honoring the Comstock cross-country team. Usually I'd read the resolution, but I didn't write this one, and today was the first time that I read it this morning. So I'm gonna give it to Fernando to read, because he did an excellent job. This is something that, yeah, I was reading it, and usually when I write something, I have to send it to the attorney, and he usually leaves my name and the date. But Fernando, if you don't mind, you got it?
Yeah.
Again, if you don't mind coming up, Fernando's the one that wrote this on behalf of the court, and I want to thank y'all because it's very well written.
Thank you.
Y'all want to come on up here, and you'll read it, and we'll take some pictures, and then after we get it all signed, after we pass it, we'll take a vote right now, we'll pass it, and then, we'll get each member and yourself, and one for the school and superintendent, we'll get all the copies signed, framed, and then we'll get them to you. Okay? Mr. Garcia, Commissioner Garcia.
So, do I need to make a motion to approve? Or you want
If
me
you
to
will
read it
read
first?
it, and then I'll make a motion, sir.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or you'll make a motion after you read it.
A resolution honoring the Comstock cross-country team for winning the state 1A championship. Whereas this honorable body commends the rare athletic achievement and gives special honor and commendation to those athletic teams who pursue such excellence that they become examples for the youth of this county. And whereas the Comstock High School cross-country team achieved such excellence on October 7th, 2024, when they won the district championship for the fourth straight year in Rock Springs. And whereas Comstock High School won the Region 4 championship for the fourth straight year on October 21, 2024, held at Corpus Christi, including Sebastian Talamantes winning first for the second year in a row. And whereas the state championship ended an incredible season with the Comstock High School cross-country team, who capped their incredible season on November 3rd, 2024 at the UIL State Championship at Round Rock, that will secure their place in the annals of Val Verde County High School sports forever. And whereas Sebastian Talamantes won the individual state championship for a second year in a row and was granted all state honors along with Edgar Crane and Gerardo Ibarra. And whereas the achievements of the Comstock High School cross-country team and its coach, Lee Abbey, deserve recognition and have earned a rightful place at the top of their sport for their impressive 2024 season and for the example they have set for future generations of young athletes in this county. This body honors them and wishes them the best of luck in their future endeavors. Team members Sebastian Salamantes, Edgar Crane, Gerardo Ibarra, Jordan Allen, Noah Baena, Mauro Lopez, Neil Billings, Hector Medina, Jacob Allen, Weston Chandler. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Valverde County of the State of Texas, the members of this court, both individually and collectively, hereby commend the Comstock High School cross-country team upon its state championship and congratulate each member of the team, Head Coach Lee Abbing and his staff, Principal Edwin Vargas, Superintendent O.K. Wolfenbarger, and the entire Comstock ISD high school community. Thank you.
Yeah, I get tired just walking across the street, much as anything else, but it was, pretty impressive. Congratulations to all of y'all. If y'all don't mind, y'all wanna come around and we'll get a picture? Is that okay with y'all, Judge? Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I wanted a picture. I guess I highlight two items now, item 22 and treasurer in pink that I didn't do. Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia. And I have a second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor of the very well-written resolution? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0, sir. If y'all wanna come up, can you get a picture? You wanna, if you don't mind, we'll get a picture with your team, and then we'll get another picture with family members too. Will that work? Now come on up and get in front of us. There we go. Congratulations to y'all. Congratulations. No, y'all standing up front here. Yeah, I'd like to stand. Karen will tell you where to stand. You're all good. You're all good. All right, work. Pink shirt on the other side.
You bucked
Okay, everybody over here, nice big smiles. One more.
Okay. Do we have family members?
Oh.
Y'all want to get in the picture too? I'd like to have that one.
Yeah.
Any family members or friends or whatever, sisters, brothers, whatever, y'all come on in, please.
Yeah.
You guys can show off the rings. There we go, perfect.
Yeah, everybody show up. Yeah. There you go, y'all squeeze up a little bit, my head will stick to both y'all. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, right there.
That's too.
Very nice. Great. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank y'all so much. We really appreciate it. No, I mean, it's just very well deserved, sir. It's very well deserved. Thank y'all so much.
That's how we started. We won the first one at the previous.
If they put heads in bed, we could probably get them some hot tax money. I can tell you it'd be better. It'd be well deserved more than some of other people would get money. In just my opinion. Okay. It is, under judge's comments again. It is, Kerr Wardlaw's birthday.
Again?
Again. That's another Wardlaw. It's like one leaves, he has a birthday, the other one comes in, he has a birthday. So, I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all don't mind helping me sing happy birthday. Oh, no, you don't. I'm gonna get up and stand and face him.
Did you hug them?
There is cake, and y'all are all invited after Commissioner's Court, there's cake in Commissioner's Court's office. But if y'all would please, join me in singing happy birthday to Commissioner Wood, and I'll start it off.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Commissioner Warnock. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I couldn't believe it when I saw we had Commissioner's Court on March 12th. I said, no way. I knew it was gonna happen.
Well, happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Item 14, discussion possible action on giving Commissioner White and Memorial Museum to obtain a beer and
Motion
wine.
to approve, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 15, discussion possible action appointment of a member to the Val Verde County Appraisal District, to replace Commissioner Cora Wardlaw. One name to be considered, and he called in was Alpino Flores. I don't know if y'all have other names or what y'all want to do. I know that Commissioner Wardlaw, y'all had one or something that you'd already visited with.
Yes, sir. Randall Disler is, willing to serve. And, I know that the school district and the city, they have their people that they appoint, and those people are always from town. And I think it's important that the agricultural community be recognized, and I think it's the county's responsibility to make sure that agriculture is represented on the board, because ag is under attack nationwide, and we don't need to be a part of that in Val Verde County.
Anybody else have any other names? I will make a motion because I think this is going to be interesting. If you don't mind, do you mind if I make the motion to appoint Randall?
No, you go ahead.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll make a motion to appoint Randall Disler to the Val Verde County Appraisal District.
Second.
I have a motion myself, second Commissioner Flores. Yeah, I like visiting with Randall. He's very down to earth and has a lot of.
He knows the county inside and out, literally. He knows where all the water is underneath everything. He's so knowledgeable.
Okay, have a motion, have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 16, discussion possible action on antiquities permit application, Val Verde County Community Recreation Expansion Project 2, and authorize county judge to sign. Both item 16 and 17 are both the project that is behind the 7th and 8th grade, which is in precinct 2. I need authority.
Motion to approve, Judge. Second.
Commissioner Vasquez, a motion. Commissioner Flores gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 17, discussion possible action on governmental agency curation agreement for Val Verde County.
Motion to approve, Judge. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 18, discussion possible action to issue a court order establishing a no dogs or pets allowed in parks.
Motion to approve, Judge.
And before we get into this, could we establish, in case the other commissioners don't want it, maybe an order for a certain park? Because I don't know
It
whether
can
they
be
want it or
separate. I
not.
mean, if they don't, that's fine.
And Judge,
I've got a lot of my constituents, Judge, that, I mean, they walk their dogs on leash, they take their pets out there.
And I guess the concerns, and I've gotten the phone calls, is that there is dogs being walked, or are dogs at the parks that are not on leashes. So if they are on a leash, and I know we do have a leash law in place from, heck, before we were commissioners, before 2011. So if we'll probably look into that, try to find that permit number. And maybe if we can post some signs, at least with that permit number on it, that you must have them on a leash. The other concern is, and I'll use the word poop, I guess, the dogs have a,
Well, Judge, they've attacked children also.
Mhm.
You know, that's my biggest concern, the park there at the community center.
yeah,
We do have signs, no dogs allowed, no pets.
Yeah.
There's a park within the city limits that allows that, in the Carranza Park. I do not want any
no,
pets
and
out there in the
I completely agree with you, but I think it would be, to the other commissioners' benefit as well as to yours, if we, sort of, the commissioners had an option to allow or not to allow pets. Does that make
Judge,
sense?
I think one thing the court needs to consider as well, Judge, is maybe in order to be ADA compliant, what if you have a service animal?
Mhm.
Someone who needs to have their dog with them, but wants to go to the park.
So that could be
And,
part of the motion.
Judge,
If we're going,
with an exception.
if we're going to, if we're gonna do a commissioner's court order now, to ban dogs or pets that are not at a park other than service animals type deal.
And
Well,
Judge,
there's-
this might not need to be,
For dogs.
count, this could be by precinct.
And that's how come I'm saying,
Yes,
every commissioner needs
But
to look
because
at.
every public facility has to
Not
be
all.
ADA compliant. So if the public park is, even though there are dog parks, this park still has to be ADA compliant.
I can tell you that with my grandbaby, we go to, the parks that we go to are, one in the city, to Commissioner Flores's, and to Precinct 3 where Commissioner Garcia and Bo have their park. The city park, hardly any dogs, the one that we go to. And if they are, they're not around where the kids are at. The one out in Precinct 3, if there are dogs, they're all on leashes. The one in Precinct 4, they get there and they open the door and the dog takes off. So half the time you spend running to your kid or your grandbaby, because you don't know whether the dog's just gonna come up and lick them or if the dog's gonna come up and bite them. So I can see the differences in different, but I do think that we need to put something in place, especially if there is a commissioner that believes there's a need in his precinct. And I can tell the difference when I go to the parks in the ownership of dogs. Okay.
Can this be done in a form of a resolution?
It can be a court order.
Could you work on that and get all the proper wording on it?
Because I know the motion was to approve it as it's stated, but is there gonna be an exception?
No, we need to make an exception for ADA. Do you want to try to bring this?
That wasn't part of the motion.
Sir?
That wasn't a part of the motion, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so if the motion is not to allow dogs within Precinct 4 parks unless they are service animals.
Okay. Yeah, well,
And I'm gonna add part of that motion, that we'll get the other precincts, the leash law, that court order that was approved, that way y'all can post the leash law.
Signs up.
Would that be okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I made the motion, Commissioner, you okay?
I'm good.
Okay. Commissioner Flores gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 19, discussion possible action to approve the Brown Plaza Association to use the stage and include labor for the Cinco de Mayo.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
And motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Item 20, discussion possible action on approval of Valverde County to enter into an agreement with AEP for the installation and construction of 2 floodlights at Arteaga Park, amount to be determined to come out of Precinct 1 operating budget and grant authority county judge to sign.
We don't know what these are gonna
We don't know what it's gonna cost, but he's willing to cover the cost out of his budget. But if we can get authority to do that now, that way we're not waiting 2 weeks or whatever.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second, Judge?
And the motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 21, discussion possible action for Precinct 3 to accept a donation of trash.
Motion approved.
Second.
And motion, Commissioner Garcia, second, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
I've got a question on that.
Mhm.
How many trash cans were we talking about?
One.
Oh, one, okay.
Okay, 1 trash can.
It looks like a beaver.
It's a what?
A beaver. Got little feet and teeth and eyes. Well, in case you had any more questions.
It's more art than anything else, really.
For one trash can, I figured it probably made out of gold or something.
Almost Buc-ee's.
Right?
Okay, we done?
Yeah.
I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia. I have a second that was given by Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. You got your trash can. Item 23, discussion possible action to accept land donation from Don Wahardo III from Trinity Mortuary, land being donated abuts county land in which will provide more access to Johnson Road. This piece of property, there's a little, when the county, through Commissioner's Court approval, bought a piece of land off of Frank Larson that is off of Johnson or Industrial Boulevard, where their property line comes to the county property line, that entrance right there that we would have in order to go to the back of Precinct 4 yard is very, very narrow.
10 feet.
Yeah, so with the donation of this land, it's like a little triangle area. You actually open up to where you could move the road coming in through the back, if there's ever a park to be built there, and would give us better access for the park.
And how much land are we talking?
Give or take, more or less, it's gonna be about half an acre.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we accept this, land donation from Don Wahardo.
And it'll still be brought back to the court once it's,
Yes, sir.
once it's laid out. All right, I have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Did I have a second?
Yes, sir.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 24, discussion possible action.
Motion to approve, Judge, hire a surveyor to survey this land that's being donated, we can get meets and bounds and get an exact,
Second that, Judge.
tract of land.
And Melissa, you'll work with him on that? Okay, get that done. Okay. And money you're paying for it?
No, coming from, contingency.
Just so that
No, I pay for it.
just so it's clear on the record, this is, the property is being donated by Mr. Wahab.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Your motion was that you're paying for it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
pay for my part.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 25, discussion possible action regarding order establishing noise control and enforcement thereof in county parks. Go ahead. Are you on
Judge,
this?
no, same thing there, I mean, we've got a lot of activity, groups of, teenagers playing volleyball, basketball, and they carry those stereos or car stereos, they turn them on and loud music with profane language. And a lot of parents are complaining about that, so I wanted to see what we could do. I'm gonna order some signs stating that we do not allow car stereos or any type of stereo with loud music with profane language.
So,
I mean, it's a park, it's not a party place, so headphones or whatever, you know.
what is before the meeting, the state, we can't trump state statute, so it's all covered under disorderly conduct, both the level of the noise as well as the profane or vulgar language. So, we had talked about getting him the statute number so that he could post that on his signs, if he's gonna post signs, that they will be enforced. So we'll provide that information to the commissioner. So it's not a matter of we can't pass an order per se, we can enforce state statute that's current.
So no
But I
action.
can go ahead and put up the signs, right? I mean,
But we can, yeah, you can certainly put up the signs,
But-
and we can give you the language.
So we don't need to take any action since you already have a state statute.
We have a state statute, correct.
So we're good.
Unless he wants to take action for the sign purposes, or to give notice to the public that he's gonna be posting signs.
So he can make a motion for permission to post the signs with the state
State
statute.
statute, exactly.
I will make a motion that, we'll be, placing and ordering, signs for the park, not allowing,
That will enforce the state statute.
that will enforce the state statute on disorderly conduct.
A motion, Commissioner Flores. Do I have a second?
And that would be for
His park.
his park only? I'll second that.
His park only, and if y'all have issues, we've already laid down the groundwork. All you have to do is go enforce it. In y'all's own parks.
Can I ask something?
Of course.
Okay, so I researched this last night, and apparently the state penal code says 85 decibels, and then it says that counties can't add any restrictions on top of that. So do we have decibel meters where the sheriff's department is gonna go out and measure the sound and say, okay, you're above 85 decibels,
And I
and now I
think
can give you a
those
ticket?
And I think that the main concern is gonna be is on, your phone. You can put an app on your phone and you have a decimal meter now. but the main concern was also on the profanity.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's already, under the penal code, it's already disorderly conduct.
But he wants to be able to permission to put up signs. and
Oh, yeah.
enforce it. So if we get to where the noise is real loud, they just need to download an app on their phone and they can walk up and check it.
Okay.
All right, they don't need an actual decimal meter, but, and I know that because my daughter has it on her phone and it sets off an alarm whenever the kids in class got real loud.
Does the sheriff have, does it need to do that?
No, you put an app on your phone. They do not. Well, he was already shaking his head no. That's how come I said it's real simple, download the app. At no extra cost to the county.
I'm good.
All right, I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 26, discussion possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Craig. A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 27, discussion possible action to approve the deposit of refund check from TAC.
I'll second that for discussion.
Vasquez gave the motion, Commissioner Flores, the second. When you go to school, as a judge, and it looks like Ms. Chafoy, hers too, when you go to school sometimes, TAC allows up to a certain dollar amount to be refunded. You gotta fill in a form, turn it into TAC, and then you get that money. It comes back to the county.
Credit?
Or it comes back, yes.
Okay, no, I just wanted to clear the water.
Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 28, discussion possible and preliminary approval of replat creating lots 1 through 16. Guardiola subdivision out of track E. Rogers subdivision, Valverde County, Texas. There was a concern on this. This subdivision only has one ingress and egress, one way out, one way in. There was a concern that if we could, mandate to have more than one egress or whatever. The colonial rules or whatever don't have anything in it, but you do have something within the fire code that if you have 30 lots or more, then and the city does a job enforcing that, which they do it with anything outside, within the ETJ or inside the city limits that you have to have to. This one here, because of the amount of lots, we're not able to enforce that. So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
so therefore, the lot does comply, with having an entrance and having an exit and only having one. But again, there was a concern about having, just one and the amount of traffic that would be going, that we would create to that one street, but we don't have the authority, whether under the Texas Fire Code or Amistad zoning or anything like that to enforce something different. Right? Okay.
Judge,
Yes.
what utilities does this have?
That what they have, there's
county?
water line down here at the blue, but there's like a little blue mark down here at the bottom. Down here at the bottom, the water, they've got city water.
Okay.
Right in this area here, from here this way is, 90 West, just to give you an idea. 90 West is yard. It has water here, they're gonna come up here, go here, and run a water line. So it'll have water, and it'll have, they'll have to either install, septic tanks, which we've already had this discussion, that gets pretty hard because you don't know whether it's gonna be a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 4-bedroom, whatever.
So is this half-acre tracts or what?
Yes. They're half-acre tracts.
That's 90 West Motors across that road.
Yes. The property had been for sale for probably a couple of years. They ended up buying it. They've been working on it right now. And we did have phone calls that while they were already working on it and leveling the street and they hadn't come to us, they don't need permission to move there. Okay. So they're gonna be half-acre lots. They'll end up running water. That'll have to be approved through the city. If just for some reason the city comes back and says that at this time, we're not allowing any more connections because of water line, then they can't do the lots. Okay. So but this is the first phase in order to allow them to move forward and go to the city to check and see if the city is gonna allow for water. There's two ways they can do septic systems. They can install septic systems, which does not make sense to do that. it's easier if they put up a bond or letter of credit. And the letter of credit, we will be getting with y'all because we don't like the way they're worded now. That they can expire and if it's just not right. I know that the banks are gonna have a little bit of heartburn with it, but we have to have the opportunity, if they haven't done the project within the year, whatever timeline, that we can either call it or mandate that they either pay us or they renew it, or that it just can't expire. But we're in the preliminary phase.
Yes, sir. As an additional comment, this technically will fall into a replat, so we'll still need to bring it back for preliminary approval. So it's just the first step, and then we need to advertise on the county website, send out public notices to all the neighbors within 200 feet, and then bring it back after 30 days.
We're not approving nothing right now.
Well, just the permission for me to post it on the county website and then send the notices.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Judge?
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second.
I'll second.
Commissioner Garcia, is there any other questions? If not, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 29, discussion possible action on reappointing two Amistad Land Use Zone Commissioner members. The two commissioners that would be appointing are
Commissioner Garcia and Commissioner Warlock.
Do y'all have names?
For mine, I've talked to Michelle Fagan, and she's willing to serve on the board.
Okay. Commissioner Wardlow?
Once again, I asked around, and the only person I could find was same name as I talked about earlier, Randall Disler.
Did you talk to him?
Mhm.
I had a person named just to throw out there. I mean, it's your deal here, but, Ramiro Guzman would be interested. I mean, if you want to consider,
What we will be doing, we have, two more members. Okay, before I speak. The next one that will be coming off, because you drew the short straw, is going to be JP, if I'm not mistaken, in May, maybe?
I think so,
In
yeah.
May, and that one you appointed.
yes, sir.
So you will have an opportunity to appoint if you want.
I need to double check that. I think it was appointed by Commissioner Vasquez.
No, I
don't think
appointed
so.
him,
No?
No, not JP.
not JP.
Okay.
That's in May.
That's in May. So if you want to keep with yours, we have two names, then you'll get an opportunity to bring the other one back. You okay? I have Michelle Fagan, name to be put in for nomination by Commissioner Garcia, and Randall Disler, by Commissioner Wardlaw. Does anybody want to make that motion to appoint those?
Motion to approve, Judge?
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. We will send out letters to them, that they've been appointed. Joanna will get that sent out, and also send out a letter to the other two that they've been, let's say replaced, but think of a better word.
Okay.
They've been replaced.
Their term expired.
There you go. There you go. I tell you, my letters nobody likes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you,
Item
Commissioner.
30, discussion possible action, allowing Valverde County Sheriff's Academy on behalf of Michael Cardenas to
I
use
will make a
the.
motion to approve, Judge, as long as it doesn't interfere with anything that the county has going on at that time.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 31, discussion
Motion
possible
to
action.
approve, Judge, in the same.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Amendment to Carlos Ayala lease for second annual border class.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Okay.
Second that.
And a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Anybody have any questions? All in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 33, discussion possible action to extend contract 2444, labor for foundation, and contract 2445, material for foundation for 2 weeks from 2/28/25 due to unforeseen weather conditions. These contracts are for the new warehouse located in Precinct 1's yard. We get a motion, get a second.
Motion, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Do these need to be brought back to the court for extension, especially since it was a weather? I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm signing it, and then I could have got with Commissioner Wardlaw if he'd have been okay. I'm just saying, can that be done like that, or?
Well, because it's a contract, so any modifications to the contract, I believe we have to bring back to court. Is that correct?
If it's a material term to the contract, like the duration of performance, then likely yes. If it's something that's
So it's extension of dates?
would probably be material to the contract.
Yeah.
So we need to bring it back.
If it's material to the contract, if it's like a typographical error in the contract and we just need to change like a name on something, we probably won't need to.
Okay. All right. We're gonna need to change that. Motion, Commissioner Flores, and
But he's
Commissioner
already done
Vasquez.
with this.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. 34, discussion possible action to approve a purchase of a London Fog aerosol generator for an amount of $17,000.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 35, discussion possible action to approve a certification of construction completion for contract.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Garcia, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 36, discussion possible action on the rise
Motion to approve.
to sign electricity for Comstock.
Second.
Commissioner Garcia gave the motion, Commissioner Wardlaw gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 37, discussion possible action,
Motion to
Ron.
approve, Judge. Second.
Okay, where this would come from, there's some money and that'll be brought back to the court for approval, but there are funds that are gonna be left over out of capital outlay, and there are funds that are gonna be left over from, the fire station, the $980,000 that we had at the fire station, just so y'all will know.
But, capital outlay, Judge, you're talking fire department capital outlay.
Fire department capital outlay, we had like 163. We spent 72,000, I think, on the truck. We had $91,000 left over there, but then we have a little bit more money that when we put the numbers together for the fire station, the way the bids came in, left over from it. But again, all this will have to come back to the court. We're just asking for approval to go out. You gave the motion?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Vasquez motion, Commissioner Flores second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible, item 38, discussion possible action to authorize county
Motion to
president.
approve, Judge. I'll second that for discussion.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. And this was the same thing. What we're looking at,
Well, my question, Judge, is, doesn't the fire department have a water truck already?
we have a water truck, but it is really difficult to drive. It does not have the spray deal like the cannon in the front.
Sell it?
We will. We will in order to put the money back, into the fire line, the $980,000 that we have set aside for the fire station. That's where these monies will come from. At the point that everything comes in, then we'll look at, moving some of the equipment, offering it for sale in order to replenish those line items. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Thank you. And Ms. Reyes, y'all are here, and I know that there were some people from out at Lake Ridge in that area that were concerned about our insurance and stuff like that. We have gone, from 2011, from a $100 and some odd thousand fire budget or fire department budget to over $630,000 this year, for budget for the fire department. And when we came in 2019, the court, before the members that are sitting here, and as you can see with this court now, we're taking this very serious. We set aside $980,000 for a fire station, and this right here, the amount of money that is that is going to be moved just with these two pieces of equipment are about $300,000. Okay, so when we're asked and we get the comments that the fire station, it's not full-time, we have 6 people that will be full-time, that were 4 more, because there's 6 positions. So we already had 2. So there's 4 more positions that are being hired. So we'll have 6 full-time, hopefully, coming. And then we have a lot of, I think another 6 positions or 7 positions that are part-timers that are hired in. So we're trying to get to the point that we will be manned 24 hours. Okay. But again, as you can see with the previous court and this court here, we're taking it serious. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 39, discussion possible action to declare the following items as surplus property. Second. A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Ramiro G. Barrera, Information Technology. He sure is. Discussion possible action on purchasing a network camera monitoring system.
Motion to approve, Judge, and pay from contingency.
Okay with that? Right, because you ain't got no more money.
No, sir. Do we want to go with the VI installed, or we want to go the on-premise?
Rand,
You're the man.
yeah, you're the man with the plan.
Okay, sir.
Okay, which one do you want?
I prefer we go with the VI instance.
The dollar amount?
$4,071.11.
For the record.
Yes,
And that's what would be coming out of contingency. That's your
Yes,
motion?
sir.
Commissioner Flores gave the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Vasquez. We are working, this court has moved forward with some dollar amounts for the 83rd, 63rd, to purchase that. We were informed, we had a meeting last week on OLS, about, maybe trying to get OLS to be able to pay for that. He does have a dollar amount that he'll be reaching out to Liz Rosa in order to see if we can get some of that money put because we haven't written checks for everything, put back. And then also, we have a meeting this afternoon after Commissioner's Court on the electrical for 83rd, 63rd. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. It's pretty impressive what they've done. The court allowed, or set aside more money, to do the CAD building.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, in doing that, that's part of what y'all just got done.
The access control.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So we would want to probably, for the Veterans Office, and the reason I'm bringing it up, because at some point, we're probably gonna have to do that with the Veterans Office too, and then the rest of our buildings.
Yes.
But, we're sort of the guinea pig was y'all's office.
So we have 3 techs on board now that are certified in access control. And what we envision for the county is one system, one badge, that'll allow you to gain access to multiple doors at any county building. So we've stood up VMs at the data center. We've tested the theory in our building, or in the building we work at, and it was a great success. So we're excited for the county.
Okay. Well, at some point, we're probably gonna do that with the Veterans Office.
Okay?
Okay.
We can pull an assessment on that, not a problem.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I love the way he talks. Item 41, discussion possible action for an HR report.
Judge.
I will second that, Judge.
Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Under HR, for our employees, we met with our insurance, or with TAC, not insurance, we met with TAC yesterday. Our rates are gonna go up. They've always wanted to present us with a plan for our employees, our human resource for, to help pay for some of our employees. All that will be, we should have an idea end of May, what that's going to cost, and then we will bring it back to you in June to see which way y'all want to run. But we do have a couple of employees or ex-employees that don't know their names because they won't give them to me. Yeah, I won't give them to me, something having to do with their HIPAA. Right, so, but we do have a couple of employees.
Discussions happening?
Well, because it's HR. Yeah, it's not, well,
But we don't have an item other than the salary changes for HR judge.
I was gonna give you a little bit of my nightmare. But we're not going to. We were gonna leave early.
44. This can't be judges' comments?
Yeah, no, he's already looking at me. Can't be. No. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor, I don't know why I looked at him. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 42, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, parentheses 2, attorney-client privilege, B, 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses A, contemplated litigation, C, 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter, B, 551.073, regarding the negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter, E, 551.076, regarding the security devices, security audits, and personnel. If y'all will give us the room, we'll go into executive session, we'll take a little 5-minute break, take y'all a potty break, and then we'll come back. All right, lights on, we're back from executive session. A lot of talking, no action though. Item 43, Commissioner's comment. Item 44, judges' comments, there are none. Item 45, I'll entertain a motion. Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? We are adjourned. Thank y'all so much for being here.